What's in your cookie jar? What's up, guys? It's Schleiger from the Wellness Point, your chiropractor. And before I shoot this video, I just want to pre-frame it real quick. Sometimes I use God in my videos. Sometimes I bring up a Bible verse or two. So for those of you guys that it offends, that's just too bad. I'm going to keep doing it anyway. So back when God took the Israelites through the Red Sea, part of the sea, took the Israelites through the Red Sea, and they were in this place called the wilderness. And they literally wandered around that thing for 40 years, walking in a circle till all of them dropped dead except for two that got to see the promised land. Even though it was God's intention that whoever wanted to see the promised land could make it there, only 2 out of the 2.5 million got to see it. So they went through there, speed ahead here, just like a few generations from there. God takes them to the Jordan River, and the Jordan River is like 100 feet wide. And during the time when it floods, it gets to about 1 mile wide. It's really deep, and the waters move pretty rapidly. They're supposed to take the Ark of the Covenant across the road. There's priests that are holding this thing, taking it through. And God says, when all the feet make it into the Jordan River, I'm going to roll back the river. And it rolls back 19.5 miles upstream. So they don't feel it instantaneously, but because they took the steps of faith and moved forward, something happened in a place that they couldn't see that was going to then affect them later. So roll ahead, they ended up getting the Ark of the Covenant across the river, and God says to put 12 stones across that shoreline as a reminder, as a monument to say, hey, look at what I brought you through. So that's our cookie jar. Everybody has a cookie jar. Everybody has circumstances that they've gone through that seemed impossible. It didn't seem like it was going to work out for the good, but somehow it did. That's our cookie jar. Those things that when we're going through a hard time in the future, we have to remember that to put those things in there. And when we're going through a hard time, we have to remember those things and pull them out as a reminder so we don't die in our circumstances, just like those people in the wilderness who literally wandered around in a circle for 40 years and they died in their circumstances and they never made it to the promised land because they quit or they gave up. So I'm just going to give you a short little quick example of a cookie that's in my cookie jar that I chose to place there and I choose to remember when I'm going through a hard time. And I got more than just this one. The reason that I actually thought of this is because somebody tagged me in a post. It was a video on Facebook, and somebody tagged my name on it. And it was this time when Kobe Bryant ruptured his Achilles playing basketball, and he got up and he went back out on the court and he made 2 free throws with a ruptured Achilles, and then he went back. And his comment was, "Did you get back up and make your 2 free throws?" And I didn't comment on there. I just kind of smiled because when I ruptured my Achilles playing basketball, I went into the office the following week, and on a ruptured Achilles, because it took me almost 14 days to get in to have the surgery to have it reattached, I went to work that next week and adjusted over 600 people. And I remember on the first day of doing that, I had a walker, this old man walker, and I would rest my foot on it. And so the adjusting tables that I have, it's not one of those hydraulic tables where you just touch a pedal and everything moves. I had to physically, I'm hopping on one foot and I bend down. I have to balance myself on one foot with a ruptured Achilles, and I'm pushing with my hands to set the table, and then I adjust people. And I think it was either that night or the next day, there was a female that came in and she's like, "Hey, we have this peg leg. It's like this plastic mechanical leg which you can wear." And I ended up using that for the next I don't know what it was, about 8 weeks probably, because actually it was longer than that. I was non-weight bearing, I think, for long. Anyway, so just to make a long story short, that's just a cookie that I have in my jar that when I'm going through a hard time, I can remember, hey, when it was really, really bad, when I didn't think this thing was ever going to end, it ended, and I got through it. So maybe it's an incurable disease that you overcame, and now you're going through something hard. If you look back, you're probably thinking, well, nothing was harder than that, and you can get through this. Maybe somebody in your life died of an incurable disease, and you're left kind of with all of this stuff in your life, and 15 years from now, 5 years from now, a year from now, you're gonna look back at that as a cookie in your jar, and you might be going through a tough time, and you're gonna be able to overcome it. So just remember that. So anytime that you're going through a hard time, no matter what your circumstances are, don't wander around in a circle for 40 years. Just remember those cookies that God put there for you. You can remember them, and you can pull those things out in a time of need, and you can overcome anything. Thanks for listening. If this brought any value to you, hit the share button. And don't forget, I'm a part-time chiropractor, full-time t-shirt salesman. So if you guys haven't bought one of these t-shirts yet, $22 for adults, $18 for kids. Every purchase you make helps to support a family in Haiti. So thank you for your purchase, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks, and God bless.